what if the place where you spend most of your time would also be the safest place you can imagine, a place where you totally feel accepted and secure? And I know, for a lot of us, it's the opposite, including me. The reality is, our workplaces are often socially unsafe due to stressed out managers, unfair colleagues, unclear communication. But I am convinced we can change that. In just 5 simple steps, we can create safety from within. And this is what you need to do. First, detect when you're not at ease. We all know that feeling of unease. Unease in a conversation, unease in a group, unease at a stage like me. It's like your shirt is a little bit too tight. It's not deadly, but it doesn't feel right either. That is going to be your trigger moment. That moment you should think, there was that one guy at TED. And you head to step 2. You deflect your focus away from the situation towards yourself. To 3, use this focus to detect what you feel. 4, you express this feeling. And 5, most important, you unblame the other of your feeling. You need to realize and express that your feeling has nothing to do with the other. So, that's the theory. 5 simple steps. Let's make it real, an example. Imagine I own a company, and I just heard that one of my employees made a mistake and lost $1 million. $1 million. Can you imagine how I feel? So, I asked the guy in, Kevin, how could you be so stupid? I gave you this responsibility, and this is what you give me in return? You recognize that situation, don't you? You can imagine how I feel, and you probably know how he feels. And I don't want any excuses. I want my dollars back, now. But my words don't seem to hit ground. This is my at that moment. I need to deflect my focus away from him towards myself. What do I feel? Anger, he just lost me $1 million. He needs to be corrected. That doesn't really get me anywhere, does it? Let alone make me feel safe, make him feel safe. What do I really feel? It scares me to lose so much money, that's for sure. And if I'm truly honest, I'm afraid people won't accept me anymore as their leader, or maybe even as a person. So, what was step 4? I need to tell him, Kevin, due to your mistake, I'm afraid. I'm afraid I'm not good enough anymore as a leader, and people won't accept me. You made a kind of fool out of me, and that gives me a bad feeling. If you're Kevin, that still feels wrong, doesn't it? I'm still holding him responsible for my feeling. That's why we have step 5. I need to unblame him. He is not responsible for my feeling. Kevin, your mistake makes me insecure. I'm afraid people won't accept me anymore, even as a person. Like I'm not good enough. But that fear is my feeling. That emotion has nothing to do with you or your mistake. I experience it, and I will deal with it. You feel the difference? And you might be thinking, but he did something wrong, didn't he? He needs to be corrected. And rationally, you're right. But this method won't unblame him for his action, but you need to unblame him for your emotion. That's the difference. Because while I was trying to correct him, I also communicated non-verbally my fear of not being good enough. An emotion my employee is not responsible for. He was just a trigger. He's not the cause. He can and should not solve my fear. I am responsible. I experience it, and I need to deal with it. And we all can do that. We all can create this social safety, not on a rational level, but by an interconnection between humans. One our mind and body can trust. Because it is in that trust, your team, your environment will thrive. So, let's all take this leadership position and start giving safety to our fellow humans by expressing what we feel and unblaming the other for it, even if they just cost you $1 million.